cute. It's cute.
Shut the fuck up, it's my favorite time of year.
Fuck this guy!
Fuck the basketball game.
Fuck you, Andrew. We were gonna have Will come up and rap for everyone. But we didn't want the neighbors to think we were bullying an autistic kid. But other than that, it's been a pretty good year. A lot of good things happening. I'd like to congratulate Gary on asking Danielle for a hand in marriage.
Yeah. You better clap for that.
Speaking of hand, after 10 years of knowing him, I thought that's what he'd end up marrying. No one beats off on Gary. We found his Vaseline jar one time. I don't know what was more appalling, the fact that out of 13 ounces of jelly, there was essentially none left, or the sheer amount of pubes scattered all in and around the jar.
A lot. A lot.
I haven't seen a larger congregation of pubes since Rocco's haircut back in high school.
Don't disrespect her.
But keeping on the topic of good news, we won our first softball season this year.
Let's go.
No one surprised me more than Jake, actually. He had a pretty good year. I mean, after all that breath work of starting his car last year, he really built up his endurance. And he batted pretty good, too. He's consistent. I mean, if we look at his dating stats when it comes to picking women with daddy issues, he's batting 1,000. And we got baby Luke in the house now, which is great. I'm so glad to see he's growing and healthy. When Danielle first told us she was pregnant, I remember looking at her chest and wondering how the hell he was going to survive all skim milk. Not what you'd call a mouthful. And I wouldn't be laughing at me. But he's quite adorable. He's got Danielle's hair, skin, eyes, and Nick's appetite. I mean, he literally cries when he's done eating. And Nick works full time to support his Uber Eats purchases. No one eats out more than Nick. And I get it. Eating out every night is far less expensive than shopping at Hallis Farmers Market.
Good thing we got a fake tree here. No Christmas party.
But yeah, we get Uber Eats drivers to the house nightly, and it's a problem. I mean, it keeps me on edge. Every night someone's pulling up in a piece of shit car. And sometimes it's just Jared, but
Jared!
more often than not, it's someone delivering a family-sized meal to a single person. But nothing keeps me on edge as much as when the Amazon driver pulls up. You guys know what I'm talking about. Hallis knows what I'm talking about. Gotta do one of these. I haven't seen an Amazon driver with a father in years. One time I came home, my Amazon package was out by the curb. I was thinking, what the fuck? And then I realized Rocky was tied up about 3 feet back from where the box was, and I knew right away my Amazon driver played basketball. Probably wasn't a great swimmer either. But we get Amazon packages to the house daily, at least 2 a day. And you know, they all come in that discreet packaging, the white and blue envelope or the brown box with a smile. Except for one box. Came home one day, there was a red package on the porch in clear plastic wrap. Walk up to it, and in big white letters it says, "Couples Erotic Board Game," with all kinds of freaky pictures on it and shit, and a shipping label to a Nick Ventrella, conveniently placed, not covering any details. I mean, what the fuck, Amazon? Now it's Friday night and I'm praying to God that the spin wheel doesn't land on finger and partner's ass. Fucking gotta hear that shit too. But some of Nick's bad eating habits have rubbed off on me. I got a newfound love for Chinese food. And I always gauge the quality of Chinese food by how they answer the phone. You know, they're always rude as fuck,
What you want?
but that's the best food. So I'll give you an example. You call in, Panda style, what you want? Okay, I'll take the general sound. You want a combo, come over rice? Sure, that'd be great. 15 minutes. That's it. That's all you get, the rude as fuck. And we're always worried about racism between whites and blacks, but Chinese people get to hate everyone, openly. And I'll give you a prime example. You ever seen a now hiring sign at a Chinese restaurant? Of course you haven't. They don't want your dumb ass working there, man. And plus, can you imagine how that interview process would go? Thank you for coming to Panda Star. You want to work here? What do you want to say when they answer the phone? I'd probably say something like, thank you for calling Panda Star. What can I get started for you? Too long. What's the matter for you? $6 an hour. Fuck off of here, gay boy. You only hired China boy anyway. They don't want your stupid ass working there. You're not getting that job. You're not getting that job unless your eyesight is reduced by at least 70%. And I'd be mad too if the majority of what I saw all day was the back of my eyelids. But I have thought of a perfect job for Chinese people. Customer service call center agent. I mean, have you ever called into a credit card company? You're on the phone for 35 minutes with a former 7-Eleven employee. I mean, you can never understand what Vitel's telling you. And he asks you a million questions. Last time I checked, we're supposed to be the ones interrogating them. But the Chinese would do it right. Well, look something like this. MasterCard, what you want? Yeah, I have 3 charges to my card I'd like to get fixed. Oh, someone take your money, huh? What's your name? It's Zach. 15 minutes. Now that's what I'm fucking talking about, Lee. Those are the kind of positions we need Chinese people filling in this country. We have enough fucking nail salons. Andrew's finally here. Not mentally, but physically. The more I get to know Andrew, the more I realize he's not good at many things aside from making pizza and slugging Michelob Ultras. It's not funny, guys. You got a fucking problem. And these are the hooligans we have teaching our children. But it could be worse. We could have an absolute blowjob like Jared teaching our kids. Can you imagine him trying to teach a physics class? I mean, one time he literally thought he can push his car up a hill. Anyone want to take a guess how that ended? Him at the bottom of the fucking hill with his feet hanging out the window. Fucking moron. I used to think Jake had the dumbest friends, but Rocco showed up to the party and said, fucking watch this. Normally when you put 3 or 4 men in a room, it's productive. They call that masterminding. You put Hallis, Rocco, Marquis, and Jared in a room, call that masturbating. Nothing productive coming out, just noises and shit coming out of that. Rocco's got nothing to offer. But enough of his friends. Yuli's finally getting some ass. Huh? I don't know if I should be happy for him or sorry for her. If her vagina and asshole weren't close before, they sure are now. And Yuli's brave. He's never been afraid to get the job done when it's that special time of the month. I mean, he figures that shit's gonna bleed either way.
I love Christmas.
The point I'm trying to make is, my friends might be retarded, but at least he's got a hammer. I've seen Marquis running up and down the court in his little gym shorts, and I can tell you for sure there's nothing but air up in those underneath. Nothing but air when he shoots either. And I certainly can't say the same about Robbie's friends. I'm pretty convinced Kevin has a vagina. I spent a week with him and I've never seen more salmon-colored clothing in my life. And the shorts way above the knee. I mean, he showed up to our trip with Sam Smith's wardrobe. I swear to God, when I threw his luggage in the car, instead of making a thud, it went, yeah! But I gotta give it to him. He definitely doesn't drink like a bundle lover. Not one beer left behind on that trip. The only thing left behind on that trip was we got home and we realized there was a pair of shoes in the car. No big deal, right? Just texting the chat. Guys, whose shoes are these? Within seconds, asshole Robbie has to point out that the shoes look gay. Now no one fucking wants to claim the shoes. So we're going back and forth. Seriously, guys, whose fucking shoes are these? Nothing. Now I know my shirt's a little tight tonight, but dressing gay isn't the same as being gay. Dressing gay and not owning up to it makes you a faggot. Somehow, the shoes end up at my house. Now, it's bad enough Rob took up gardening this year. The last thing I need is another gay item congesting my space. Which is why this year, I was going to wrap up by giving the owner of the shoes back to the happy owner. But he's not here. And I think we all know who those gay shoes fucking belong to. And that's Kevin Kaiser. And that's all I got.